mean a couple of things, I guess. It may mean, like, maybe I'm angry, but it also might just mean that I'm... I don't know. We'll see. Now, guys, you guys ready for some fun?
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah? Okay. I'm ready for some fun, too. But before we get started doing all this really fun stuff here, I have a couple of rules to go over with you. Actually, 3 rules to go over. Can we follow 3 easy rules? They're really easy, I promise. All right. My first rule, guys, I need you guys to do a huge favor for me, and please stay seated at all times and don't come up here to the stage and start grabbing a hold of things up here if we don't know what they are, unless I ask you to. Sound good? Cool. Really easy first rule, I know. Second rule, also really easy, guys. You're about to see a lot of really fun things that you might be tempted to go home and try. But don't try these things at home. I have done this 1,994 times, and I've only burned down about 65 buildings, so I'm doing pretty good. Totally kidding. I've never done this before. No, I'm kidding. Still. All right. Now, can we remember that second rule? Don't try this at home. Perfect. Brings me to my third rule. My favorite rule. The most important rule. If you think you know what my third rule is, go ahead and say it. What? Have fun? What kind of a third rule is have fun? It's an awesome third rule is what it is. It really is my third rule, guys. So, it would make me super happy if y'all could say that third rule, have fun, all together on the count of 3. Can we do it? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes, that makes me so happy. Come on, clap with me. Come on, I'm gonna make sure everybody's with me. There we go. Okay, good. Awesome, guys. We are going to have some fun. Now, I got a question for you. It's actually, if you think of it, more of a pop quiz. Get it? It'd been really funny if that was full of pop, but it's not. Okay, so here's the quiz. Are you ready for this? What is in my bottle? Air? Wait. How do you know there's air in there? I don't see any air in there, do you? There's nothing in it? That's what I would think too, but you know, somebody did say air, and you might be absolutely right. There's air in there, I could probably assume, and we can all figure that out, right? Is there air all around us? Yeah, there's air all around us. There's a hole right here at the top of this, so chances are there's probably air inside of this. Now, who would believe me if I told you that all of that air all around us has weight? Raise your hand if you believe me that air has weight. All right? Raise your hand if you think that that's absolutely crazy. All right, that's fair. That's totally fair. And feel free to raise both hands if you think that I'm just absolutely crazy. Okay. Yeah. I'm taking notes of who's saying that, by the way. So, we're going to try something here. I want everybody, hold up your fingers just like this. Make a circle with your hand, just like this. And put that circle on your arm somewhere. Inside of that circle on your arm are 14.7 pounds of air pressure. Do you feel that weight? I don't either, yeah, no. I mean, if you do feel a bunch of weight pushing on the top of your head or something like that, you might go see a doctor, because it's probably not normal, right? Now, we have all of that weight pushing on us from all sides. We're used to it, just like this bottle. In fact, the air that's on the inside of this is pushing back just as hard as all the air around us is pushing in on it. That's why it's not doing anything. It's at like what we call a state of equilibrium. It's boring. Nothing's happening. So let's do something to this. We're going to change the pressure inside of this to see all of the weight in all of that air all around us. So what we need to do is we need to add some hot water. This is going to change the temperature of the air. And it's also going to change the density of the air inside of this. As all of that air inside there heats up, some of it comes out. In fact, you're seeing some of that steam come out of there. And that's the air escaping as it heats up. There we go. Keep that going. Maybe this way. That's getting nice and warm inside there. All right, we're going to pour that out. We're going to cap it off, seal that warm air inside of there. And now, we're going to put some cold water over that. That's going to cause all that air inside of there to start shrinking, becoming more dense. And that means that all of this air around us is going to start pushing in on it, and you can say that I guess this bottle is now under pressure. Get it? So it's kind of squished. Let's see, we'll pour a little bit more on there. And just to prove that there's no trickery here, it's all about air pressure. We'll open this up here. All right, you ready? You should be able to see it inflate again. Everyone, 1, 2, 3. And there it goes. All right, well, that was awesome, right? You know, let's try something else here. All right. I'm going to use these for our next experiment here. Now, don't try this at home. I know these are clean because I got them from the bathroom right over there, so we should be pretty good. I'm totally kidding. I got them from Walmart's bathroom. Still totally kidding. They came from the plumbing section, and I've only used them once for this same experiment. All right, so here's a question for you. What is inside of my plungers? Yeah, now we're starting to catch on. All right, so there's air there. If I squeeze this, we may be able to hear some of that air escaping. If you listen very carefully. Excuse me. All right, there we go. We have less air inside of here than we do out here. Who thinks, by the way, that I'm going to be able to pull these apart? Ooh, not many. Okay, thank you, buddy, thank you. Who doesn't think I'm going to be able to pull these apart? Oh, wow, all right. Who has no idea what's happening right now? All right, totally fair. All right, here we go. Are you guys ready for this? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We got air in there, we're going to squeeze the air out. And we're going to pull these apart. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, that's way too easy. These just aren't going to be up for the task of this. So we're going to toss those back there somewhere. You okay? Oh, let's have a seat. Put some ice on it, you'll be okay. Sorry, guy. Don't worry about him. He'll be fine. All right, so, you know, we're going to up our game here with pulling things apart, but I'm going to need 2 volunteers to come help me out here. And I need to make sure that volunteers are wearing masks, because I'll put mine on, too. That way we know we're safe. You 2 dudes want to come help me out? Yeah, all right, you want to? Come on up. Come on up. There we go. There we go. Awesome. All right. Can you stand right here on that snowflake? And can you stand right over there on that other snowflake? Very good. What's your name, bud? What was it? Uriah? Everybody say, what's up, Uriah? And what's your name, buddy? Gabriel. Everybody say, hey, Gabriel. Nice. I love the dance, man. That was really good. Yeah. All right. I have in my cooler here something called a Magdeburg sphere. Can you all say Magdeburg sphere? Dude, hold on. Say it one more time. Magdeburg sphere. Oh, nice. Everybody put your hand like this. Give yourselves a giant pat on the back. You just said a word that some 8th graders couldn't say the other day. And no offense to any 8th graders in the crowd. I mean, I'm sure you said it just now perfectly. All right. So Uriah, I'm going to hand you this half of the Magdeburg sphere right there. Perfect. Actually, you know what? Let me do this first. We're going to stick these 2 halves together. Now, what is inside of my Magdeburg sphere right now? It's air, dude! Yes! You guys are passing this pop quiz just fine. All right, we're going to start pumping all of the air out of my Magdeburg sphere. We have some pump music going on. Perfect. Oh, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Hang in there. Hang in there. All right. You know what? That's probably pretty good. Now, we have a lot less air inside this Magdeburg sphere than what we have out here. So, now, actually, I'm going to hand this one over here to Gabriel. And Mr. Uriah, I'm going to hand this half over here to you. All right. Now, don't do anything yet. But who thinks that Uriah and Gabriel can pull the Magdeburg sphere apart? All right. Who doesn't think they're going to be able to pull it apart? Okay. Who has no idea what's happening right now? All right. Totally fair. All right. You guys ready? Now don't hurt each other, all right? Be cool. And watch out, the edge of the stage is right over there. All right, well, let's see what you got. Hit it! Come on, guys. Oh, you guys! Give them a huge round of applause! Yes, you nailed it! They are macho men. Very good, guys. Nice. Nicely done. Give them another big round of applause. Very good. That was amazing. Like, we've tried this, I don't know how many times this whole week, and honestly, it's the first time it's come apart without cheating. Nicely done. Give them another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. They're really strong. Can you guys grab a seat for me? Awesome. Thank you guys so very much. Have fun. Give them another big round of applause. That was amazing. You guys must work out. Yeah? Okay. That makes sense. Now, we saw, now, let me ask you, was that easy to pull apart, or was that took a little effort, huh? A little. Air pressure can be really strong. And they were pretty strong to be able to pull that apart. But air pressure can also be strong enough to lift things. In fact, heavy things like people. I happen to have a people lifter right over here. Or we like to call it in mad science, we like to call this a hoverboard. Oh yeah. So, we need, in order for our hoverboard to work here, to lift up people, we need something to power it. So we're going to need, how about something that's going to move a lot of air? Something like, yes, a leaf blower. Oh yeah. And I'm also going to need a volunteer to ride the hoverboard. All right, dude, you got to come help me out too. Yeah. Come on up. All right. Now, have you ever ridden a hoverboard before? You have? Dude, you're like a hoverboard pro now, aren't you? Awesome. All right. Now, can you stand right where you are, face all of your friends? What's your name, bud? Finn? Can everybody say, what's up, Finn? All right, Mr. Finn, since you're the pro, I'll guide you through this a little bit here. Can you grab a seat, crisscross applesauce, right there in the middle where it says Mad Science, and face me. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. You might scoot forward just a little bit. You know what the handles are for. Now, you might put that helmet on, too. I'm going to guide you around here. I've only flinged about 15 people off the stage this week, so you're doing pretty good. There you go. That's awesome. Dude, you look the part. Are you ready for this? All right. We have a little safety announcement before we get started. Let's take a listen, make sure we're listening to that. Go for it.
Hoverboard passengers, please stay seated and hold the handles at all times. We want you to play safe with us.
All right. Are you ready? You got it? You got the handles. You are seated. Here we go! Awesome. Awesome. Everybody give Finn a huge round of applause. Very, very nice. Think about it, everybody. Very awesome. Now, Finn was able to float on a cushion of air because all of that air going through that hoverboard from that leaf blower was enough pressure to make him float on a frictionless surface of air. So it was easy to move him around, spin him around. It was pretty awesome. But I feel like we ought to be able to lift somebody even higher. What do you think? Yeah, how might we be able to get things to fly higher? Does anybody have any ideas? Any thoughts? How can we get something to fly higher? What should we do? Get a grown-up! Ooh, I think you're reading my mind. I have an idea. idea for some grown-ups here in a minute. That's actually a good idea, but you know, yeah, I like that. Any other thoughts how we can get something to fly even higher? What do you think we could do? Helium! Yes, what is it about helium that makes it float, you know? Yeah, I love it. Helium's lighter than air, so it might be able to float. I like that, man. That's awesome. So, you know, so we need to do something to get less dense. Now, I didn't happen to bring any helium with me. Do you have any helium? Okay, all right. But you know, I remember earlier when we did our thing with our bottle over here, we made the air less dense with heat, right? So what about a hot air balloon? Yeah. Yes! All right, let's make a hot air balloon here. Now, in order to make a hot air balloon, we need to set the scene first off. So we're going to make ourselves a hot air balloon. Let's go for it. Let's cue the music. It's there. I like the lights. We have our hot air balloon right over here. Now it's time to start filling it with some hot air. With a hairdryer, of course. Now we're starting to get our hot air into our hot air balloon. You can see it's starting to inflate. That hot air is less dense than all the air around us. And you can see it took off. That's all I can. Yes. Nice. Thank you so much. And it fell over because all of that hot air escaped and it's going to crash. All right, it's going to stay there for a couple minutes. I'm going to move it out of the way. All right. Now, you know, I think doing all this stuff with bags made me think just now. I kind of have a race in mind. Now, I've been talking a lot. You can tell that I'm a windbag. And I'd like to challenge anybody who thinks that they're a windbag. Any adults think that they are windbags, full of a lot of air. You've been pointed out. Would you like to come help me out? All right. I'm going to set this right over here for you. That's your windbag, and I'm going to come stand over here because, there we go. Distance is good for this. All right, very cool. Can you face all of your friends, and what's your name? Nikki. Everybody say, what's up, Nikki? Now, have you ever blown up a bag before? Wow, this is going to be a first time. I'll show you. So your bag, you can unravel it. Here we go. And so, all you have to do, count it. There you go, and you can just blow the thing up. But don't do it just yet, because we're going to have a bit of a race here. And you can feel free to move your mask if you'd like to. You're distanced over there. I'll stay over here, and we'll be fine. All right. Now, are you up for a race? All right, let's do this. Let's get us a starting horn. We're going to see who can throw their bag first. On your mark, get set, go! Keep going, keep going. Well, doing good. Dude, actually, that's really good. That's like a mad science record just now. Yes, everybody give Nikki a big hand. Very, very nice. Now, before you go anywhere, I got to point out the fact that I did kind of cheat, didn't I? I didn't do it the same way that Nikki did, right? She was blowing this up using only the air in her lungs, which actually that's impressive. I think that is a new mad science record. But when I blew this up, we used a little bit of science, a little bit of something called Bernoulli's principle. Now, guys, I'm a little disappointed though. I mean, it was awesome. It was nothing short of like miraculous. You coasted on a cushion of air about a half an inch thick. But what do you say we try to get something to lift up even higher? How can we lift something higher? What do we need to do? A smaller can. More pressure. Ooh, I like that. I like that. What do you think? I like that. Somebody back here had their hand up. What else could we do to make it go higher? Or put a feather on it. Ooh, that'd be lighter. I think instead of lifting something with just like lots of pressure, what if we change the pressure in something or change the density in the air in something? Ooh, what do you got? What are you thinking? More air. I tell you what, let's do. I like the idea of more air. And we're going to use a lot more air here in a second, but we're going to change the temperature of that air. What about like a hot air balloon? You think that would work? In fact, let's make ourselves a hot air balloon here, because I'm getting cold. So let's make a hot air balloon. But before we do that, we need to set the scene. Let's get us some hot air balloon music. Oh, there it is. This is going to be so dramatic. All right. Here go the lights. We need a hot air balloon. All right. I think we have ourselves a hot air balloon. Now, we need to start filling it up with hot air. And there's no better way to fill something up with hot air than with a hairdryer. Oh, yeah. Now, all of that hot air is flowing into our hot air balloon. It's filling it up with air that's less dense than the cold air all around us. And things that are less dense like to float on things that are more dense. So our hot air balloon will begin to lift off. It worked! So, you can see as it started tipping over, all that hot air came out, and the hot air balloon came back down. I'm still working on a way to keep that going up high, but we'll let that sit here for now, and we'll try something else in the meantime. Actually, since we're doing something with some bags, I've been doing a lot of talking up here. People like to call me a windbag because I'm full of a lot of air. But I want to see, is there anybody here that is also a windbag? Anybody that's full of a lot of hot air? Yeah! Oh my goodness, there's a lot. Dude, are you full of a lot of hot air? All right, you come on here. You got to come help me out of here. All right. Very cool. And can you go stand right over there, right on the trap door? Perfect. Awesome. Looks good. Oh, I'm in the snowflake. Now, I'm going to set that there for you, and I'm going to take this over here. Now, you can go ahead and grab that green bag. There you go. Awesome. You might take your gloves off for this. And in fact, since you're over there on that side of the stage, I'm over here, we're going to have a bit of a race to see who is the bigger windbag and who can blow up their bag the fastest. Okay? So you can even take your mask off for this, because you're going to need all that power from your lungs. Oh, is that the right bag? Let's see. Go ahead and let's open up that bag. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, this looks pretty good. Yeah. Have you ever blown up a bag before? Oh, nice. You ever blown up a bag this big before? First time for everything, buddy. All right. Can you open that up? There we go. Awesome. And you know how to do this then, right? You can kind of like hold on to it. Kind of like so. Good? Oh, man. You want to take a practice breath? Or you just dive right into the race? We're gonna dive right into the race. All right, before we go, we need starting trumpets. Good luck. On your mark. Get set. Go! Keep going. Really good. And, yeah. Ooh, looking really good. Keep it going. You know what? Actually, okay. I didn't ask you your name. What's your name? Colton. Everybody give a huge round of applause to Colton. Hey, don't go anywhere yet, Colton. All right. Awesome. Colton, you actually did amazing just now, blowing up that bag. Like, that was maybe the Mad Science record, just there. Like, that was a lot of breaths. Now, Colton did really good just now, blowing that bag up, using only the air from his lungs. Now, you notice I did something a little bit different. I had this back away from my face, and I had the help from all of the air around us. And I had the help of something called Bernoulli's Principle. Can you all say Bernoulli's Principle? Oh, that's amazing. Everybody put up your hand like this, and give yourselves a giant pat on the back, just like that. You guys just said a word that some 8th graders couldn't say the other day. No offense to any 8th graders in the room. You weren't in my class. It's okay. So, here's what we gotta do. When I did that, I created a low pressure area because my air was moving. And all the around us tried to fill up that low pressure area. Now, Colton, I know. I'm going to give you an opportunity here to do the same thing, all right? So, I'm going to put on my mask. You can keep your mask off because I'm just going to grab a hold of this. All right. Now, you saw how I did that. Hold that back away from your face and with 2 fingers, there you go, just like that. Blow right to the center of the bag on the count of 3. But hold on. Just keep your face, like, about that far back. Cool? All right. That's the trick. Go for it. Yes! Quite close enough! Not bad. Not bad. Everybody, big round of applause to Colton. Nicely done. Very, very good. Awesome job. Can you grab a seat for me? Awesome job, Colton. Let's hear another big round of applause for Colton. Awesome. Now, you know, since we're doing some of this Bernoulli's Principle stuff, I think it would actually be pretty... Oh, your gloves, Colton! Your gloves! I'll set it right there for you. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Now, with this Bernoulli's Principle thing, we can get some really fun stuff to happen. But I'm going to need another brave volunteer to come help me out with this one. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Oh, actually, this lady right back here, you haven't helped me yet. Come on up here. And there's some steps right around over here. You can come right on up here. And can you stand right... Ooh, let me get you a stool first. I'm going to set this down right here. And you can actually... Can you stand right there on that? Cool. I'm going to put on a mask here. All right. And what's your name? Gabby? Can everybody say, what's up, Gabby? Awesome. All right. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So, Gabby. Have you ever made a ping pong ball float before? You never have, huh? Okay, I'm going to help you out with this. There's a ping pong ball right in front of you, and you can go ahead and take your gloves off if you'd like. It might help you. There you go. Nice. Wow, that was a good bucket. Nice job. All right, go ahead and pick up your ping pong ball there right in front of you. Awesome. How can we make this float? Air. Yes, we're getting the air. All right, where can we find air? Oh, hair dryers. Good. Have you ever used a hair dryer before? You have. That's awesome. I never have. I don't know why. All right. Now, do you know how to use one of those? Cool. You know what? It's really easy. Mine's already mounted here. All we have to do is turn it on. Ha-ha! All right. You think this will make this float? Give me a show of hands if you think it's going to float. Give me a show of hands if you don't think it's going to float. Raise both hands if you have no idea what's happening. Okay, totally fair. Are you ready, Gabby? 1, 2, 3! Woo! Nice. lower pressure than the air all around us. And that's keeping the air all around us, as it's filling up this low pressure area, is keeping it from flying off in one direction or another. We can change that pressure. Is there a tube sitting right there in front of you? Nice. Let's see. Wait. Dude, I am so jealous of your tube. Yours is like way bigger than mine. All right, hold on. Let me do mine first. Let's see what we got here. Woo! All right. Yeah, listen. Whoa! Dude, that was even better. That's all right. I have another ball. Uh-oh. I want one of these. Here we go. We'll put that there. Let that float. We'll put this one here. Let that float. And then, I tell you what, let's do. Oh, you can launch yours again. Why don't you give yours another launch? That would be awesome. You want to give it another launch with yours? There you go. You can just pick that up and like put it right over that ball. Let's see. Now, go for it. Whoa, whoa. Dude, that was good. All right. We'll take this one and we'll see how far this one goes. Woo! Oh, maybe. Dude, there's like people in the ceiling there. Awesome. Man, that really launched that up there. Guys, how about we give Gabby a huge round of applause for helping me out here? Very good, Gabby. Thank you so much for your help with Bernoulli's principle. Give her another big round of applause. Yes, yes. Now, you guys, I love all of this really fun like ping pong ball stuff and using air pressure to get it to fly, but the hair dryers just aren't quite doing it for me. I think it's time that we upped my game just a little bit. It reminds me, when I was your guys' age, I'm talking to like the younger folk, there was this really fun show on TV, and this guy would do like these home improvement projects, and he would, sometimes the tools that he had just wouldn't quite cut it. So he would need something with a little bit more power. I think I know how to launch a ping pong ball. What do you think? And in fact, I think what we need to do is add maybe a whole bunch of ping pong balls. All right, say hello to my little friend. Who's ready for this? All right, here we go. Let's see Bernoulli's principle in action. Are you guys ready? I got a question for y'all. You guys had fun so far? Awesome. Hey, listen, I have had a blast. Literally like a blaster hanging out with you guys here today. Guys, but I tell you what, I unfortunately am about out of time here. And since I know that this thing will launch ping pong balls, I thought it would be really nice to launch something that has, maybe just like something that we can use a little bit more of. Something like, I don't know, toilet paper. Now, this is all about Bernoulli's principle and using Bernoulli's principle. And Bernoulli, I guess, was one of those guys that always loaded his toilet paper over, not under. I don't know, I have no preference, but apparently he did. And it also works great for this experiment to do it that way, as long as I don't launch the holder. All right, here we go. It's a science to load these things, really, honestly. All right, here we go. Guys, I have had, like I said, a blast hanging out with you. Let's see Bernoulli's principle in action when it comes to toilet paper. Guys, thank you all so very much for joining me today. Have yourselves a Happy New Year. We are